Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. Today I have an awesome video for you. And I mean awesome. Some days I'm like, I got a so-so video. Some day I got a great video. Today I got an awesome video. You guys are going to love today's video. This video is based off of two questions. One of them was a comment that I recently received on how would it really work if the money got devalued? What would happen to silver? So in order to do that, I'm going to have to show you guys a little bit of math. It might be a little complicated for some people, but I'm going to do it real slow and hopefully explain it in a way that you guys are going to understand it pretty easy. This also has to do with a question that I recently had, that if silver is as much as it is in Venezuela, then why wouldn't you just take your silver coins down there, sell them, and bring your money back? So I'm going to tell you guys real quick before I even get started this video. At one point, Venezuela was a powerhouse in the oil community. They were pumping oil left and right. And you had the opportunity to buy silver at $90, or I'm sorry, I shouldn't say $90, at 90 Venezuelan bolivar per ounce of silver. Now, some of you might think 90, that sounds high. It doesn't, because of the breakdown between the US dollar being stronger than the Venezuelan bolivar. And at this point in time that I'm referring to, it was basically the US dollar was 6 times stronger. At that point in time, silver in the United States was about $16, and you could have bought it in Venezuela for about 96 bucks roughly. That's about a 6-to-1 difference. So what is it worth now, though? If someone bought that ounce of silver at $96, what is it worth now? You got it. That's what that calculator is showing you right there. And I'm going to show you the math behind this. Approximately 105 million bolivar. But here's the thing. I got to say right off the bat, if you were to use the old bolivar, because if you're using the new Venezuelan bolivar as of today, it's only 1,594 bolivar. But that's the new one. Now, even some of y'all may be saying 1594. That sounds like a lot. Here's the thing, though. If you were to break this down, convert it to the U.S. dollars, that's going to come out to $29.60. That's pretty much the spot price today. So we're going to get into some of this math today. I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to show you how this works in a full collapse of the dollar. It's happened before to multiple countries. It's just never happened to us. And no one ever realizes it's happening until it's happened. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that thumbs up button to help me out. I'm going to try to keep it under 25 minutes, but it might be a little bit longer today because it is a really good video. So hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, and with that being said, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. So with that being said, let's jump right in. So Venezuela, I'm going to cut a lot of the chit chat to a fair minimum. Obviously, you know where Venezuela is. It's South America. It is a powerhouse country when it comes to oil. However, over the recent years, their currency has just been getting watered down like crazy. And now it's gotten to the point where a lot of people just want to use dollars, even though the dollar is worth a lot more than their currency. It's better if a tourist comes in. If I was ever to go there, I would probably bring a couple of bundles of $1 bills with me, nice crisp $1 bills, because everybody wants them. That means you're going to get a lot for your dollar. So with that being said, I'm going to move on. I just want to show you some of the pictures real quick of Venezuela. So real quick, do a quick breakdown. This graph shows that as of March 2020, the currency is worth 750 million times less than it was worth in August of 2012. That's 8 years. Think of that. 8 years, and their currency has just gotten destroyed. Some people can't even fathom what that looks like. Let me break that down for you. Right here, August 19th, 2015, one bolivar was worth 0.15. So basically 15 cents. Now, here's what happens. Just like the bolivar, I'm going to say the dollar could get revalued. What would happen if they reevaluate it? They could say, we are making new bills, and the $100 bill is now a $1 bill. You can convert them in $100, whether that's a $100 bill, 520s, 1010s, 25s, or 101s, and we will give you one brand new Fed note. The brand new Fed notes will be extremely popular. People may still use the old money, but you have to understand that the conversion rate, you have to understand the conversion rate and the breakdown of it. That is what they do when they revalue currency. That would be 100-to-1 breakdown. Now, I don't think we would go that far right off the bat. It doesn't ever happen like that, though. It can, but generally we could just do 10-to-1. Your $100 bill is now worth $10. We could do your $50 bill is now worth $1. They can do any number they want. Now, in Venezuela, it's an extreme case. Obviously, it made news because when they stopped selling oil, because the oil price plunged, well, all those people that were essentially living off the system no longer had the money to give them. For example, the country's taking in tons of money. They want to end poverty. You know what? Let's just give everybody not working free money. Anybody that's not working, let's give them some free food. It doesn't take long before working people say, you know what? He's got a pretty good life not working. I don't want to work anymore. No one ever says, I can't wait till Monday so I can go back to work. They always say, I can't wait till Friday so I can enjoy my weekend. So when you understand that, you understand a lot of people would rather be getting this free money than the work money. Despite there are going to be a couple exceptions to that rule. Whether or not they're full of it, I don't know, because I've actually had some people say, oh, I would never take the same amount of money to sit home all day. And usually I call them a liar. But there are people that would rather go to work. Maybe they enjoy their job. I enjoy doing YouTube videos. But you take a look at this real quick, 15 cents. So one bolivar was 15 cents. Fast forward to March 6th. Well, you know what? Let's go a little further down the spectrum. Fast forward to December 14th of 2024, about a month ago, and you had 0.00000019. That's what a bolivar is worth compared to $1. Now, nobody has that many bills floating around. They're usually throwing those bills in the streets because they're old. There are people that will collect as many as they can and try to convert them up. It's a conversion game. If you get a ton of these, you can convert them to these. If you get a ton of these, you convert basically. You want to convert to the newest currency. Actually, and I said that backwards. You actually would convert tons of these, So, I'm sorry, yeah, you would convert tons of these to these and then work your way up to a more valuable note. Okay, as you can see up here, the Venezuelan bolivar to the U.S. dollar has lost 100%. So you got to understand what's going on. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you a couple more pictures. I really like these pictures because when you click on one right here, if it does it, yeah. So right here, this is how much money you needed to get a chicken. Think of that. Can you imagine if those were dollar bills, you would need that much to get a chicken? And you would think, oh, well, there's not that much cash out there. You'd be surprised how many people have cash under their mattress, in their pillowcase, in their safe, at their safety deposit boxes, whatever. So look at that. Look at the chicken. How much money you need for that? Beef. How much you need for that? Oh, let's see if we can get this going. Carrots. These are conversions on how much money it took to get the item that you see in front. Tomatoes. Not much tomatoes there, but that's a lot of money. Roll of toilet paper. This is why I tell everybody, you're better off to have the stuff you're going to need in your house for the next year. How much of this stuff could you have kept? You could have bought a lot of toilet paper, and all of a sudden it's going up. Why? Because if you bought your toilet paper a year ago, it's more expensive today than it was a year ago. If you had bought your wipies or whatever this is, aloe something, then it's more expensive. Even shampoo. I've seen shampoo go up from $2 to $4. If someone bought a case of shampoo, shampoo doesn't generally go bad. And so I don't know what this is. Some kind of, maybe it's bar of soap. So once you start understanding this, you start really seeing the way this breaks down. Now, taking a look at silver price today, 1594 bolivar for 1 ounce of silver. When you look here, spot price right now, which is not updated. Let's update that real quick. Oh, I guess it is updated. Oh, is it the futures? Oh, that's the futures. That's why. Spot price right now, $29.56. Okay, so why the big difference? In order to understand that, you have to look at the conversion rate. So the conversion rate is how many bolivar today is equal to 1 US dollar. You can see, looking at the current number, a bolivar is a little under 2 cents. So we're going to clear this out real quick so you guys can see and actually understand how the price of silver drastically can go up. Okay, so right now, an ounce of $1 equals, 1.859 cents equals 1 US dollar. So we are going to take 0.01859, which is today's price, and we are going to multiply that by the silver price in Venezuela. That means if you had this much currency, it's going to be worth how much? And we're going to see in a minute. We're going to multiply that by 1594.81. Okay? We're going to hit equals. Boom. $29.64. So if you were to buy an ounce of silver in Venezuela, you're going to spend this much money. If you were to convert this much money to US dollars, you're going to get 29.64. Come over here. Ounce of silver, 29.58. So you have to understand the silver has the same value everywhere in the world. The only thing that changes is the currency value. Now, once you understand that, we're going to do a little more math. We're going to clear this out so I can show you guys something else. If I can find it here. Okay. So, taking a look at the old currency now, since we've already broke this down and we understand how much the old currency is worth compared to the US dollar, we are going to take, let's see the best way to do this, because there's a lot of different ways when you're doing this kind of math. We are going to take this number right here again, the current price of silver, 1594.81, and we are going to divide it by the value of the old currency. So this is the old currency chart. How much is it worth? We're going to use the number right here. Now, obviously, anywhere where I stop this is going to give you a different number. We're going to go kind of recent. If I can get somewhere in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is the 3rd, which is about 10 days ago. You can see that is 0.0000001905. So 6 zeros, 1905. We're going to divide by 0.1234561 1905 equals, boom. So if you had an ounce of silver, especially, you got to understand now, if you had an ounce of silver today and you were using those old notes, the old currency, you would have needed 8 million. Is that 8 million? Hold on, I'm sorry. 8,371,706,036. But keep in mind, the old currency is worthless. It's worth nothing. People throw this stuff on the streets because it has no value. It has been converted over and over and over and over again. And if you have the currency from 8 years ago, it's essentially worthless. So once you realize that, you start to understand why People throwing their money in the streets in Venezuela. Let's pull up some images here real quick. Boom. This is Venezuela. Now, this is the old money that you're seeing. Look at it all over the streets. Look at it in the gutters. Look at it. It's put aside. People are making cool little, I don't know, this is a money tree. It literally grows on trees. They're making little trinkets because someone will buy this money tree for, maybe they'll pay $1. I would pay $1 or $2 for that money tree to have it in my house, have it behind me or something. People don't want the old currency. It is worthless. That is why the commodity has more value, because you're paying for it in worthless currency. If you had all that money saved up, it now wouldn't buy you jack. That's why a lot of people want hard items. They want the ounce of silver. They want the roll of toilet paper. They want whatever it may be. I can tell you my storage unit has a lot of different stuff. In fact, just the other day I found out, I shouldn't say the other day, it was probably 2-3 months ago, I found out that you cannot hold cigarettes for a long period of time. In my storage unit, I had some cases of liquor, some cases of cigarettes. I don't drink. I don't smoke. However, I looked at it and I felt like opening up a carton and looking at it. It had a weird smell. The packaging turned yellow. I basically threw them out. Now, here's the thing about that. I have learned now cigarettes don't keep. Certain items keep, certain items don't keep. It's a lesson learned. What I paid for those cigarettes, I ended up getting them at like $20 a carton because I bought them offshore. I worked offshore. We were allowed to bring up to 4 a trip back. Maybe it was 2 a trip. I don't know. And every time I went out there to work out offshore, I'd get a couple cartons because I was allowed to bring them back. And I don't smoke. Sometimes I gave them to the lady that cleaned my house. I would give her a carton to her. She had to buy that carton. It was like $60. You ain't getting a pack of cigarettes even now for $6, unless you're buying the really cheap kind. I shouldn't say that. I think there are some kinds that are $6, but you ain't getting Camels or Marlboros, that's for sure. But like I said, I don't smoke, so as you start watching these, you can kind of see some of the different cool items that people, this is a purse made out of old money. It has no value. It does look really cool, though. This is bags that they make out of the money. Now, you got to understand, why are they doing this? Why are they just throwing their money in the streets? It has no value. There was a time when this money was very popular. It was just like the U.S. dollar. In fact, Venezuela was the most powerful country in South America when it came to value. Why? Because their dollar or their bolivar had a lot of value because they were pumping oil. Just like the United States has a lot of value because we are the world reserve currency. How quick things can change. Now, this was not a pretty sight. When this originally happened, people were upset. Their currency, their life savings was going down too fast. And obviously that comes with a certain amount of people being upset. It's going to be a little bit of violence. And once you understand that, you understand, well, could that happen here? Now, this is where we get into a little bit of a dilemma because some people don't believe that this could ever happen here, that the dollar is the world reserve currency. Everybody collects our dollars. Even in Venezuela right now, they want our dollars. Why? Because they view it as a safe haven asset. And to a certain point, it is. But the problem is we've been printing it like crazy. The more we print it, the less it's worth. We now are $36 trillion in debt. To think that this is going to go away anytime soon, it's probably not. I did a video the other day about basically why Trump wants to take Greenland, Canada, Panama Canal, and the Gulf of Mexico. He wants it because of the oil. The oil will prop up the dollar. The national security issue is the dollar is collapsing, and that is our Achilles heel. Now, does that mean that silver can't dip down a little bit? Of course it don't mean that. We could see a dip tomorrow in the price of precious metals. In fact, we saw a dip today. What did we see today? It went down to approximately, I'm looking for where the DXY is. Okay, there it is. We seen the silver price drop about 70 cents yesterday. Is it the end of the world? No, it's a buying opportunity. I will take it 70 cents cheaper. However, I've already told you, I want to get my silver under $30 flat, which means I need to see about $28. Now, here's the thing. I, on one hand, can afford to be picky on when I buy. Why? Because I already have a certain amount of silver. I believe I will be okay if the dollar collapses. Do I want to get stuck with a lot of fiat currency if it collapses? No. But I also want to watch on it. I watch on a daily basis what's going on. I look for opportunities. I know some people say I buy every week regularly. I don't really care what the price is. That works for some people. If I didn't have any silver, as quick as I could get the money, when I didn't have a stack, as quick as I could get the money, I was buying ounces. It didn't matter if I was buying 1 ounce at a time. If I could find a way to get my 1 ounce at a fair price and not pay shipping, I was taking it. And I even told people, I don't care what it is. 40% half dollars, 35% nickels, scrap silver, jewelry. I don't care. I want the ounces. As time went on, I accumulated a stack. Now I'm a little more picky. I like my 1 ounce rounds. I like them in tubes of 20. I like them all to match. I like them all shiny. Does it matter? No, not really. It doesn't really matter. Silver's silver. If you're in Venezuela and one guy has silver and one guy don't, who do you think is going to get the products? Realistically, it's probably going to be the person that has the silver. Right now, it's the person, if one person has this much currency and another person has a couple US dollars, they'd prefer the dollars. That's why if I ever get back into traveling, there's a good chance I may go down to Venezuela, bring a bunch of dollars and show people what dollars, how they work. I'm sure people would love to see that, although I've never been to Asia. So Asia is kind of number one on my list right now on traveling. And there's a good chance you guys will see me traveling. If you follow the channel, if you're subscribed, I will slowly move away a little bit, a couple days a week, from talking about silver to showing you guys videos of what are they doing with gold and silver in the Philippines? What are they doing with gold and silver in Silver City, Mexico? What are they doing with silver and gold in Venezuela? Because once you understand this, this puts you in a better spot. Now, I'm trying to grow the channel. I really am. I work hard on the channel. I love my channel, but I also like traveling. This would give me an opportunity to show you what I already understand, but also do videos and travel while I'm doing it. So with that being said, I think the video made sense for a lot of people. I hope a lot of you understand. If I did not explain it well enough to where you understand, please put a comment in so I know. When a couple people left me those comments, I said, maybe some people don't really fully understand. It's nothing wrong with not understanding. There's nothing wrong, especially if you're trying to learn, because some people hear $1 million silver and don't understand. They just instantly say it's not possible. It's not possible to be $1 million silver and still have a gallon of gas be $3. That's not possible. What happens is the currency gets devalued so hard that nobody wants it. You will not be paying $1 million for silver and buying a steak for $10, because the truth of the matter is everything goes up. Every commodity goes up. Now, with manipulation of silver, they can't manipulate it and keep it at 30 when gas is at $100 a gallon. That means the currency. But here's the thing. When gas gets up to $100 a gallon, it's more likely that they will do a dollar revaluation, because they don't want you going to the pump and feeling $100 a gallon. So they would do new bills, and maybe a new bill, it would be 100-to-1 ratio, and the new gallon of gas is going to be $1 of the new dollars or 100 of the old. Who made out? Well, here's the thing. If you're earning your money today, you're going to get paid in today's money. But if you had a savings and you had $100 saved up under your mattress, people ain't going to want that money. So it's going to take $100 to buy you the gallon of gas. And they do that to keep you working, because they want savers to get destroyed. And that's exactly what happens. When currency gets devalued, the people that have already made their money and saved it, they're the ones that lose out. And once you understand that, you really understand what you're looking at when you see these pictures, and it just huge amounts. I mean, I don't know what this is, PAN. I don't know if that's some kind of flour. It looks like a flour bag. It took all that money. Look at the shelves on the store. Do you think that's coincidence that the store shelves are wiped out? Because at a certain point, people said, I would rather hold anything rather than this money. Because in another month, this money I might have to have 2 times this amount of money to buy this. 3 times. There was a story in Weimar, Germany after the war where someone had a wheelbarrow full of money to buy something. He walked in for a minute, and all of a sudden he comes out and the wheelbarrow is stolen and the money's still sitting there because the money had no value. That's exactly what I'm talking about when you see pictures like this. Money in the streets just sitting there because people don't want it because it doesn't buy you nothing. Look how much money right here. Look at this photo. All this money getting traded in for $1 US. Somebody worked. These are $100. These are 100 Venezuelan Bolivar notes. Someone worked their butt off. At one time, these were 15 cents a note. I'm sorry, 15 cents for one. Those are $100 Bolivar notes. That means that that's a $15 note, or I'm sorry, a $1.50 note. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 150. Because it would be 15 cents times 100. So $15. You know, and now look, $1 for all of them. That's how quick the money can get watered down. It's no coincidence what happened to the money. Once you understand this, you start understanding why we are buying silver. And you have to kind of plan a little bit. It's not going to happen overnight. It didn't happen for them overnight. It happened in 8 years, though. 8 years, and that's what happened. So once you understand that, you need to get prepared. Like I said, this was a long video. I hope you made it through it. If you did, I don't know, put something you made it all the way to the end. That way I know I didn't waste my time making a 27-minute video for nobody to make it to the end. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope it helped. I will see if I can try to make this into a consolidated short, but there's almost no way to really explain it to people that don't understand in a minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It drags out a little bit. So, because you got to understand the math behind it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Day. Have a great day. It's nighttime for me, but daytime for you. Take care. Bye-bye.